Morning. Welcome to Bible and Body in Year Day 318. Continuing in Lamentations today, we have 3, 4, and 5. Hebrews 10. It's a cardio day, no equipment needed. Let's get started.
Lamentations 3.
Okay, we're going to start with high knees.
I am the man that hath seen affliction by the rod of his wrath. He hath led me and brought me into darkness, but not into light. Surely against me is he turned. He turneth his hand against me all the day. My flesh and my skin hath he made old. He hath broken my bones. He hath builded against me, and compassed me with gall and travail. He hath set me in dark places as they that be dead of old. He hath hedged me about, that I cannot get out. He hath made my chain
touch
heavy.
The opposite toe.
Also when I cry and shout,
or ankle,
he shutteth out my prayer. He hath enclosed my ways with hewn stone. He hath made my paths crooked. He was unto me as a bear lying in wait, and as a lion in secret places. He hath turned aside my ways, and pulled me in pieces.
All right, one more time. High knees.
Desolate. He hath bent his bow, and set me as a mark for the arrow. He hath caused the arrows of his quiver to enter into my reins.
Good.
I was a derision to all my people, and their song all the day. He hath filled me with bitterness. He hath made me drunken with wormwood. He hath also broken my teeth with gravel stones. He hath covered me with ashes. And thou hast removed my soul far off from peace. I forgat prosperity.
Awesome.
And I said,
windmills.
My strength and my hope is perished from the Lord. Remembering mine affliction and my misery, the wormwood and the gall, my soul hath them still in remembrance, and is humbled in me. This I recall to my mind. Therefore have I hope.
We're warm.
It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not.
Shoulder taps
They
it in
are
for.
new
Nothing
every
too
morning.
hard. All right.
Great is thy faithfulness.
Ready?
The Lord is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore will I hope in him. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. He sitteth alone and keepeth silence, because he hath borne it upon him. He putteth his mouth in the dust. If so be, there may be hope. He giveth his cheek to him that smiteth him. He is filled full with reproach. For the Lord will not cast off forever. But though he cause grief, yet will he have compassion according to the multitude of his mercies. For he doth not afflict willingly, nor grieve the children of men. To crush under his feet all the prisoners of the earth, to turn aside the right of a man before the face of the Most High, to subvert a man in his cause. The Lord approveth not.
Up.
Who is he that saith, and it cometh to pass, when the Lord commandeth it not? Out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good. Wherefore doth a living man complain? A man for the punishment of his sins?
Ready?
Let us search and try our ways, and turn again to the Lord. Let us lift up our heart with our hands unto God in the heavens. We have transgressed, and have rebelled. Thou hast not pardoned. Thou hast covered with anger, and persecuted us.
Down again,
Thou hast slain. Thou hast not pitied. Thou hast covered thyself with a cloud, that our prayer should not pass through. Thou hast made us as the offscouring and refuse in the midst of the people. All our enemies have opened their mouths against us. Fear and a snare is come upon us. Desolation and destruction. Mine eye runneth down with rivers of water for the destruction of the daughter of my people. Mine eye trickleth down, and ceases not without any intermission, till the Lord look down and behold from heaven. Mine eye affecteth mine heart because of all the daughters of my city. Mine enemies chased me sore like a bird without cause. They have cut off my life in the dungeon, and cast a stone upon me. Waters flowed over my head. Then I said, I am cut off. I called upon thy name, O Lord, out of the low dungeon. Thou hast hast heard my voice. Hide not thine ear at my breathing, at my cry. Thou drewest near in the day that I called upon thee. Thou saidst, fear not, O Lord.
All right.
Thou hast pleaded
Jax,
the causes of my
last
soul. Thou hast redeemed my life. O Lord, thou hast seen my wrong. Judge thou my cause. Thou hast seen all their vengeance and all their imaginations against me.
Good.
Thou hast heard their reproach, O Lord, and all
Jax.
their imaginations against me.
Not a
The
point.
lips of those that rose up against me, and their device against me all the day. Behold, they're sitting down and they're rising up. I am their music. Render unto them a recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart. Thy curse unto them.
An inchworm.
Persecute and destroy them in anger.
Throw
Under
it
the
up.
heavens of the Lord. Lamentations 4. How has the gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter? Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like
Yeah, I
the
wonder if sea
ostriches
monsters are
in the
whales.
wilderness.
All right.
The tongue of the sucking child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth
Next
for
set.
thirst. The young
Corner
children
jumps.
ask bread,
Mountain climbers
no
and
man
power
breaketh
lunges.
it unto them.
Get to the corner.
They that
Shoot.
did feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought
It's
up
like
in
a
scarlet
basketball.
embrace dunghills. For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom, that was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her. Her Nazarites were purer than snow. They were whiter than milk. They were more ruddy in body than rubies. Their polishing was of sapphire. Their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It is become like a stick. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. But these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
Down in the
Hands
middle
of the
again.
pitiful women have sodden their own children.
Mountain climbers.
They were their
The
meat in
knees.
the destruction of the daughter of my people. The Lord hath accomplished his fury. He hath poured out his fierce anger, and hath kindled a fire in Zion, and it hath devoured the foundations thereof.
And for about 10.
The kings of the earth and all the inhabitants of the world would not have believed that
Good
the
power lunges.
adversary and the enemy
Switch.
should have entered
Get
into the
low.
gates of Jerusalem. For the sins of her prophets and the iniquities of her priests that have shed the blood of the just in the midst of her, they have wandered as blind men in the streets. They have polluted themselves with blood, so that men
Again,
could not touch
power.
their garments.
Corner
They cried unto
jumps.
them, Depart ye,
corner.
it is unclean, depart, depart, touch
Jump
not.
with the knee.
When they fled away and wandered, they said among the heathen, They shall no more sojourn there. The anger of the Lord hath divided them. He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests. They favored not the elders. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our
Good.
persecutors
Down for
are
climbers.
swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, Under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz.
Power
The
lunges.
cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou
Okay,
shalt
last
be
time
drunken, and shalt bake thyself
All right.
naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O
Come
daughter
on.
of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
No fall. Last time.
Lamentations
Corner
5.
jumps.
Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider, inheritances turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We've given the hand to the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers have sinned and are mocked, and we have borne their iniquities.
Mountain climbers
Servants have
and
ruled
lunges.
over us. There is
Come
none
on.
that doth deliver us out of their hand. We get our bread with the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. They ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the cities of
And
Judah.
those lunges.
Princes are hanged up by their hand. The faces of elders were not
Here we go.
honored. They took the young men to grind, and the children fell under the wood. The elders have
Keep
ceased
going.
from the gate. The young men from their
Down
music.
more lunge.
The joy of our heart is
Hop on up.
ceased. Our dance is turned into
Tired? Are
mourning.
you tired?
The crown has
going.
fallen from our head. Woe unto
Yeah.
us that we have sinned. For this our heart is faint. For these things our eyes are dim.
All right.
Because of the mountain of Zion, which is desolate, the foxes
We're
walk
down
upon
for a
it.
last set, abs.
Thou, O Lord, remainest forever. Thy
Bicycles.
throne from generation to
Plank hip
generation.
extension.
Wherefore dost thou forget us forever, and forsake us so long time?
Okay, bicycles first.
Turn
We'll
thou
go
us
to
unto
me.
thee, O Lord, and we shall be turned. Renew our days as of old. But thou hast utterly rejected us. Thou art very wroth against us.
Awesome.
Hebrews 10.
Last time in that high plank.
Having a shadow
Well.
of good things to come, and not the very
Last
image of the
set. Get
things,
in the middle.
can never, with
Hip
those sacrifices
extensions.
which they offered year by year continually, make the comers thereunto perfect. For then would they not have ceased to be offered, because that the worshippers, once purged, should have had no more conscience of sins. But in those sacrifices there is a remembrance again made of sins every year. For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and of goats should take away sins. Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he saith, Sacrifice and offering thou wouldst not, but a body hast thou prepared me. In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin thou hast had no pleasure. Then said I, Lo, I come. In the volume of the book it is written of me, to do thy will, O God. Above when he said, Sacrifice and
Bicycles
offering
again.
and burnt offerings, and offering for
Here
sin
we are.
thou wouldst not, neither hadst pleasure therein, which are offered by the law. Then said he, Lo, I come to do thy will, O God. He taketh away the first, that he may establish the second, by the which will we are sanctified through the offering of the body of Jesus Christ once for all. And every
Take the
priest
legs up.
standeth daily ministering and offering oftentimes the same sacrifices which can never take away sins. But this man, after he had offered one sacrifice for sins forever, sat down on the right hand of God, from henceforth expecting till his enemies be made his footstool.
Crunch.
For by one offering he hath perfected forever them that are sanctified, whereof the Holy Ghost also is a witness to us. For after that
Release it.
he had said before, This is the covenant that I will make with them after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their hearts, and in their minds will I write them, and their sins and iniquities will I remember no more. Now where remission of these is,
Okay,
there is no
bicycles.
more
One more
offering for
time.
sin.
Through
Having
that
therefore,
upset.
brethren, boldness to enter into the holiest by the blood of Jesus, by a new and living way, which he hath consecrated for us through the veil,
We got it.
that is to say his flesh, and having an high priest over the house of God, let us draw near with a true heart, in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience, and our bodies
Hip
washed with
extension.
pure water. Let us hold fast
Gotta
the
move.
profession of our faith without wavering, is faithful that promised. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another,
Crunch.
and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
Last time.
For if we sin wilfully,
Yeah.
after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation which shall devour the adversaries. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sorer punishment suppose ye shall he be thought worthy, who hath trodden under foot the Son of God, and hath counted the blood of the covenant, wherewith he was sanctified, an unholy thing,
reach.
and hath done
Side of the
despite
hip.
unto the Spirit of grace. For we know him that hath said, Vengeance belongeth
Other
unto
side.
me, I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Do a side lunge.
But call to remembrance the
We'll do our
former
open
days in
arms
which
with
after
this.
ye were illuminated,
Twist.
ye endured a great fight of afflictions, partly whilst ye were made a gazing stock both by
Other
reproaches and afflictions, and partly whilst ye became companions of them that were so used. For ye had compassion of me in my bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing in
Forward
yourself
lunge.
that ye have in heaven a
We'll do
better
our triceps
and
at the
an
same time.
enduring substance. Cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward.
Other
For ye have
side.
need of patience, that after ye have done the will of God, ye might receive the
On
promise.
There you
For
go.
yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back,
Let's do our hamstrings
my
while we're
soul shall
here.
have no pleasure in him. For we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that
Keep the back
believe
straight
to
and
the
get the
saving
hip.
of the soul.
Other side. That's almost perfect, time-wise. This is a good workout all around. Quads, grab that back foot. Okay, we're good. Have a great day. See you tomorrow for legs again.